I'm from Social Anthropology at the University of St. Andrews, and today I'm going to talk to you about something fun. Well, fun if you're not in a lockdown, to be honest. I'm going to talk to you about your holidays. And that's because I did my research on a remote island in northern Greece called Samothraki, which is particularly popular with tourists and nature lovers in the summer months for its wide and pristine-looking landscape. Many tourists, especially the ones who keep returning, also call this island a paradise. But it's not always a paradise. A severe flood that took place in September 2017 drastically changed features of the landscape, deteriorated pre-existing problems such as soil erosion, and presented numerous challenges for the local population and administration. Overflown water was running for days, as you can also see in the pictures here, through the island's main settlement. And even though marks of the destruction were still visible across landscape and infrastructure in the summers that followed, many tourists I spoke with had not paid attention or wondered what had caused this. One of my main findings regarding the relationships between the local population and the tourists was that they actually perceived the landscape in very different terms. Particularly, permanent residents would often complain that tourists do not take into account the island's year-long problems and they do not behave in an environmentally conscious way when vacating on Samothraki, as if the island was there for their pleasure and only for that. But how could you be a conscious tourist? Well, here are some research-based suggestions. Look up information about the place you're going to visit in advance. What is allowed for you to do there and what is not? A classic example is bonfires, which may be prohibited as a protection measure against forest fires, or free camping not being allowed for reasons related to nature conservation. Talk with the local population, interact with them and ask them how they feel about the tourist traffic in their area and what their lives and income look like when tourists are gone. Pay attention to the landscape. Do not just take pictures. I mean, we all love taking pictures, but do more than that. Observe closely. Is there waste around? Could your careless activities eventually add to this? And how could you instead reduce waste? How are you going to dispose of your non-reusable things? Are there suitable facilities in the place you're going to visit? Remember, waste is much more widely spread than you may think. Look, for example, at this picture from the geological park on the neighboring island of Limnos. Waste from the mainland and the ferries has been carried by the sea and is now littering what is actually an ecological preserve. Support the local economy. For example, do not bring groceries and supplies with you, but get them from the local market, even if it is substantially smaller to what you're used to. And last but not least, have a good time.